I live deep down in your toxic love city. But I love it here cause I don't know where to go. Even though you hurt me. Welcome to Uncensored Friday Live with Ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, Poku-Hitzfield. It is another Friday morning. Today is my day. I'm still in black because I'm still mourning Professor Akuffo-Addo. Last week, I did a show on her. You can go and check it out on my YouTube page at Poku-Hitzfield. I have less than 2,000 followers on TikTok. You guys need to let my TikTok blow over the roof. Man, we need to talk. I need to have a conversation with Ghanaians, with Africans. The Ordained Crown Prince wants to have a conversation with his fellow brothers and sisters. So today on Uncensored Friday, I'm sending greetings from Ghana to Algiers, Abuja, Luanda, Porto Novo, Brazzaville, Gaborone, Ouagadougou, Yaoundé, Praia, Boaju, Bangui, N'Djamena, Moroni, Kinshasa, Djibouti, Cairo, Malabo, Asmara, Mbabane, Libreville, Addis Ababa, Conakry, Bissau, Yamoussoukro, Napoli, Tripoli, Nairobi, Maseru, Monrovia, Tripoli, Antananarivo, Lilongwe, Bamako, Nouakchott, Port Louis, Dakar, Victoria, Freetown, Dodoma, Harare, Lusaka, Kampala, Tunis, Lome, Mogadishu. These are the beautiful names of the cities in Africa. Africa's unity is upon us. I'm telling every African that it is in you and I, our lifetime, that Africa will be united. Because the black consciousness is on us like never before. We know who we are. We know that if there is anything closer to God, it is black people. Because we know we have always been here on earth. We know who we are. Now today, I want to recommend the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Danquah Akuffo-Addo. Now, for the first time in a long while, I must be honest, I was proud of my president for doing something I've not seen him done in a very long while. Now, most of us that followed his legacy knew who he was during the Kumi Preko, what is the name? Demonstration. So we thought he would be different. But then, when we look at President Nana Addo Danquah Akuffo-Addo, the president now and the person who he was at Kumi Preko, we see a vast difference in ambition, a vast difference in fight. And that is what old age does to you, right? So, we are taking on the mantle. But what he did that I liked a lot is, there is a video trending, I think you may have watched it, where he was speaking to the French president and was telling the French president that Africa and Ghana don't need the aid and the taxes of the people in France to survive. When we have gold, when we have, what you have is because of us. And for the first time, I saw the man I grew to admire.
We can no longer continue to make policy for ourselves, in our country, in our region, in our continent, on the basis of whatever support the Western world or France or the European Union can give us. It will not work. It has not worked, and it will not work. Our responsibility is to charter a path which is about how we can develop our nations ourselves. It is not right for a country like Ghana, 60 years after independence, to still have its health and education budgets being financed on the basis of the generosity and charity of European taxpayers. By now, we should be able to finance our basic needs ourselves. And if we are going to look at the next 60 years as a period of transition, a period whereby we can stand on our own feet, our perspective has not to be what the French taxpayer decides to do with whatever surpluses that they have in France.
President Nana Addo Danquah Akuffo-Addo, that the Pan-Africanism is upon us. In 2024, as a matter of fact, the youth in Ghana, so far we have around 6.3 million Pan-Africanists in Ghana and Nigeria alone. Have been working. I haven't slept the whole night. Pan-Africanism should be us. What black people should identify as first going forward is I am a Pan-Africanist. Because being a Pan-Africanist will make you live in grace, power, and abundance. Now, the Mansa Musas of our forefathers. Now, I will tackle religion later on in the show. But as I said, I'm still mourning Professor Ahmad Atta-Edu. Mommy, rest well, rest in grace, rest in power, rest in abundance. Bring us money. Bring us more power to fight against the oppressor's rule. But it is all about uniting our continent. Because over 2.5 black people on earth means the black race is the most populous race in the world. Now we look through sports. Black people are the leaders. We look through places. Black people are the leaders. And we've gone back over 800,000 years backwards to find out who we are as the ordained crown prince of Ghana. So, when I talk about being overly happy with what Nana Addo has done, I can't wait to meet my president. I can't wait to tell him what Pan-Africanism will do for Africa. To give him maybe even the privilege of building the museums for the Big Six. The next stage of President Nana Addo Danquah Akuffo-Addo's life, I want him to be in charge of a consortium building museums for the Big Six. After Africa is living abundantly. In his lifetime, I want him to see that. We are bringing Pan-Africanism, a system of governance that will remove all the divisions amongst us. Being a Pan-Africanist means that if I'm a Nigerian and I'm a Muslim, it doesn't mean the Nigerian who is Christian is my enemy. As a matter of fact, the Christian and the Muslim need to be pushed downwards. That is the least thing you should worry about. Because if you sit in the car traveling, they don't ask who is a Muslim and who is a Christian. The fare is for everybody. So why do we let religion divide us? Why are we fighting over the small percentage whilst majority is leaving our land? How can over 2.5 billion people around the world not see that they need to save where they come from? Black people want to identify as everything else apart from being African. Whether you find yourself in the Americas watching me today, you are not a black or you are not an African American. No. You are an African living in America. American African. So you are describing who you are, not the other way around. Now today we will talk about genetics in more scientific way on the show later on. But something that has been bothering me, so as I said, I'm paying homage to the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Danquah Akuffo-Addo. Daddy, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait for us to have a discussion about Ghana. As the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, I can't wait for us to implement the same systems Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah started. There was the same system that Gaddafi used to develop Libya and was killed for it. The same systems that make us who we are. Pan-Africanism should who every African, you should be a Pan-Africanist, then maybe the Christian, and the Manchester United fan, the Kumasi Ansat. It is the difference that makes life great. But being a Pan-Africanist should be what you should aim for, because Pan-Africanism is bringing the black race together. Now, speaking about bringing Africa together, bringing Ghana together, recently there was a comment that one of my fathers did. And when I'm talking about my father, I'm talking about Bishop Charles Agyin-Asare, about the people of Nogokpo. Now, the last church I went that I've never been to a church again was the Perez Chapel, Zoeland. I was part of the audiovisual department at the church. My senior bishop is now the assistant to Bishop Charles Agyin-Asare, who is called Bishop Benjamin Ohene Benjamin. And he knows me. He can identify me if he sees me today. Now, I remember a sermon he did about the Chinese bamboo, and I still remember the sermon like yesterday. So when I talk about Perez Chapel, I know Perez Chapel. I've worshipped as a member. I have served at Perez Chapel a lot. Now, we trying to bring Africa together. We going back through history, have made a scene that our forefathers, not our forefathers, our immediate fathers have colonized us with the same things white people did. And it has dented the growth of Africa, of Ghana, of Libya, of China, of Zambia, of Botswana. We want to tell our fathers today that they are the new colonizers of Africa. So it's about time they put that mindset under the sand for us to grow as a continent. Now, Bishop Agyin-Asare was at the dome speaking, probably, and spoke about the people of Nogokpo and said it was the most demonic headquarters of the Ewe land. And I heard it and I was so disappointed to the core as the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana. When we are trying to bring grace, power, and abundance to the black race, these are the comments we don't want to be hearing. Now, Bishop Charles Agyin-Asare, did you know that in order for Ghana to be independent now, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah had to seek power from the fire deity, the deity of thunder, the Nogokpo. Do you know that? In order for you to even stand there as a free man and not a slave, did you know this? White people came and told black people that ancestral worship is bad. But then they make us worship Saint Cecilia, all the saints, which are their ancestors. White people came and told Africans and black people to believe in God when black people knew God. White people came and gave us a Bible and told us to close our eyes. And before we opened them, they had all the lands and we had the Bible as our properties. We have gone back to know that the Bible or the book you have now proclaiming is God's words was kept by Constantine and the Italians for over 600 years. Nobody knew about even a book. The same people trying to eradicate the same people in the Bible. As somebody who have studied the Bible 3 times, read the 6 and 7 books of Moses, read the book of Enoch, read the Torah, the Pentateuch, as people call it, I now know that all these originated from African spirituality, because Africans are the world's most oldest people on earth. Black people are the oldest species of people on earth. And scientifics and science and genetics proves that. People worship saints. But when you call Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in your prayer, they call it ancestral worship. They call it black worship. They call it black magic. If you want to know how much white people hate black people, look at their language. Everything black means bad. Black sheep and all these things. That is how much they hate us. So you think these people had the way to God, and even if they had it, they will never give it to the black man. The day I will see a white man dying for a black man, that day I will believe in a white God saving black people. And it is evident to see that the white God saved white people to kill my fathers. They were able to convince you and I that in order for you to live, a white man came and died on a cross to save your life. It is a lie. In order for you to watch me today, it is our ancestors, the same people who were colonized, beaten, raped, were working in farms without getting paid, without getting good access to water, without getting... Do you want me to name them? How did we allow ourselves to be manipulated by the same people that enslaved our forefathers? Now, the American Association for the Advancement of Science, it is a well-known organization in the United States. Now, 15 geneticists around the world from 9 different universities. And these geneticists, the person that was leading was the head of research at the Yale University. He was called K.K. Kidd. And a few other people like T. Jenkins, W. Speed, P. Morrell, and E. Watson. These were the geneticists that did this research in 1996. They had 15 scientists, geneticists from China and Japan and across the world. They did a research. And let me tell you the name of this research. It is called the Global Patterns of Linkage Disequilibrium at the CD4 Locus and Modern Human Origins. Now, of course, what I've just said plenty. Most of you will probably see it there and pass by it, because you don't want to even read what is there. But if you had read, you will know who you are as a black man. I don't think, because I can see so many black people online watching a white person sleeping on TikTok, you will find 30 million following. Then you see just black men watching a white lady sleep. But then a message like this can't get to 30 million. That is how they have made your mind. So you don't see what you are supposed to see. It is the same way if you go into a mall with your wife right now. The things you will see at the mall, your wife won't see them. And probably the things she will see, you will never see them. All of you have eyes, but you will see reality in different forms. Because as a mother, she will probably see needle and things for breakfast and things to keep the home. You will probably be thinking, I need to build this table, build a chair, so I will need a tool. So you entered the mall as a couple, but you saw the mall differently. That is how this world has become. So the global patterns of linkage, this equilibrium at the CD4 locus and modern human species, is a research that was done by these 15 people I spoke to you about. Now they tested orangutans and saw that orangutans, now this book that I'm talking, this pamphlet, it is classified now and it is copyrighted. You can check it out on Google it and read about it. Now these scientists or geneticists tested so many things. They tested orangutans and realized orangutans had 3 DNA series. They tested gorillas and realized they had 4 DNA series. They tested apes and chimpanzees and realized they have 5 DNA series. Then they decided to test human races. They tested Europeans and Americans or white people. They tested around 116 people, 16 people, people who were French, English, Spanish, Germans. I'm talking about top Europeans, right? And when they finished, they realized white people had 6 DNA series. So an orangutan has 3, a gorilla has 4, apes have 5, and white people have, what is the name? 6, right? So they put it on the intelligence map of the world, and they call it the intelligence map of the world. Now, they decided to test black people, but they decided to come to Africa. And guess what? Do you know the DNA series of Africans? We had 9. 9 DNA series. Black is dominant. White is recessive. Black eyes is dominant. When you see somebody with a blue eyes, it's because he has less of black in him. I can create so many humans. A white person can never create me. We are the dominant races. We have always been on earth. That is why they find the Lucy fossils and realize they were over 1.3 million old. White black people have always been on earth and we have known God. So how can people who just came yesterday, over just 50,000 years ago, tell black people to believe in God when we knew God? We have always been here. There is a reason why they intentionally called our worship black magic and made us not go there. They will tell you, don't go there, black magic. You are lying. It is the true form of worship, because you will get to experience God. If you know who you are not jealous of anybody. If you know who you are, you know you are here for a purpose. That is, make something, create something. You will start, you see how the eye is open to the 3D reality of the universe. Like we use our eye for sight, 3D dimension. That is how the third eye, which is located right here, the pineal gland, where it is, it looks within the body. And everything you see outside in the 3D reality must start from inside. Black people knew this billions of years ago. The people of Kemet, when this famous anthropologist entered Diop or something, snuck into the pyramids of Kemet and took a dosage of their skin and tested it and saw the and realized, he said it is there. And they realized that the melanin in that person can never be a white person. We created white people. If God created black people and black people created white people, and that is the truth they don't want black people to know, because then you will know how powerful you are. That is why white people hate black people. And that is the secrets that are being kept in all these secret societies. I have revealed a secret to you today. That is the secret they don't want you to know. If anybody comes close to God, it is black people. We are the originators of races. That is why we are dominant. That is why they try killing us with cassava and all these things. And still, that is why they'll bring Ebola, and instead of it killing us like chickens, it will do nothing but realize coronavirus is killing them rather than it is killing us. We are dominant. We are the geniuses of the world. When they gave the level playing field to black people in the NBA, what happened? Black people took over. Look at the players that was drafted in the NBA this season. How many white people are in there? When they gave the level playing field to people to play football, we had the Kylian Mbappe's. Athletics, look at Usain Bolt. Black is dominant, white is recessive. Everybody knows it. You can't take the recessive, the dominance from the recessive. It's like you telling me, just like how the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue, and you can get orange by mixing red and yellow to get orange. You can get purple or violet by mixing blue and red. We have the primary colors. That is the same way. You can't get green without red and blue. That is how creation became. So now that we know who we are, and we know that powers like Nogokpo are the true powers that every African needs to know about. Powers like Sikegwa Kofi are the true powers that we need to know about as Africans. So today, I am pleading for Bishop Charles Agyin-Asare. I want to plead on his behalf to the chiefs and people of Nogokpo. Daddy, we the new generation know what it is. We know that we need to put Nogokpo in a museum for Africans around the world to come back and pray there. So, as the ordained crown prince of Ghana, I'm promising the people of Nogokpo, and I swear to the gods of Nogokpo that don't worry about Bishop Charles Agyin-Asare. Worry about the ordained crown prince of Ghana. The same way Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah seek powers from the gods there. Bediako-Poku has already picked Nogokpo as part of the 700,000 gods we are coming with to pick Africa from its slumber to the glory it deserves as the most dominant race on earth. So architects in Africa, take a trip to Maldives, take a trip to Dubai, Qatar. Look at what is there. Because in the next years, coming years, very, very soon, we are about to build Africa like it has never been built before. We know we are the richest continent in the world. We know the black race is the most populous. And in order to even consider living, humans, the more humans you have, the more richer you are. So instead of me letting my children be Okada drivers, I'd rather let all Okada drivers be factory workers in the chocolate, what is the name? Company we are going to build between Ghana and Ivory Coast. Even one cocoa pod will never leave Africa again. We would rather give the chocolate to our children in Africa than to give it to people who will never and ever appreciate what a black man will do for them. So, the people of Nogokpo, sorry. The Ordained Crown Prince says sorry. I'm saying sorry on behalf of my father. We are the leaders of the next generation. Obonkumenkuman and Bediako-Poku didn't manifest again to live in mediocrity with over 800,000 years of wisdom, knowledge, and life experiences. I won't live in mediocrity. I would rather be an antichrist and make sure every African get basic necessities like water, free electricity, because all we need to do is put solar panels on houses. It's as simple as that. We need to have ways of catching our rains, put them into canals. We need to use concrete to design every bank so that brown water won't wash into our rivers to create brown rivers. We need to make our rivers clean. If Africa is united, Bediako-Poku, I am promising every Ghanaian that Lake Victoria will become Lake Asantua. The Kotoka International Airport will become Asantua International Airport. We are going to bring our African queens back in decision making. In Africa, African women have always been part of the discussion. We allowed religions that made us push women to the side. In the law of the universe, everything is polarity. Do you know about the law of the universe? They've written something in a book, 10 Commandments. You should know the law of the universe before you even learn about the 10 Commandments. You should know about the law of attraction, that everything you project is energy. Humans, if I put myself under a microscope, you will see that I am nothing but cells. And cells, when you break them down into protons, the end of the day, all is energy. Everything is energy. So if everything is energy in quantum physics and metaphysics, am I going too much scientific? The Ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, I'm an architect, I'm a teacher, I'm a computer scientist. I've written over 2,000 softwares. I wrote them in C. I later changed them into C++. Now I'm waiting for Africa's unity to change it into a more new code. We are bringing systems that will pay you for certain things. That we are digitalizing. As a matter of fact, we will digitalize our money. We are digitalizing the currency in Africa, and we will back it by the Gaddafi dinar. You heard it right. The same reason why they killed Gaddafi. We will honor the man by naming the dinar after him. The Gaddafi dinar. A gold coin. My name is Obonkumenkuman and I'm not Bediako-Poku. And as I said, I'm coming with 700,000 of our old gods. The same gods that took us from slavery and we neglected. Those are the gods we are coming with. And when we come with them, see how abundant you and I will live. Because they have given me systems like the Pan-African system. People don't know why W.E.B. Du Bois even came when he was in his old age. He intentionally came back to Ghana to die here, leave the system. It had to go. Have you ever wondered how Gaddafi was able to run a system in his country where healthcare was free, free housing, free food, everything that humans would need was free? It's because he had a Pan-African system. And when things began going south, he sent the system and everything that comes with it he sent it to Australia. And in my quest to unite Ghana, to unite Africa, and walk in the footsteps of the Marcus Garveys, the Dr. Kwame Nkrumahs of our land, the Thomas Nyereres, the Nelson Mandelas, the Professor Ama Ata Edus, in their footsteps, I was given the Pan-Africanism. And I was like, this is a responsibility I need to let every Ghanaian and every African know. We are the oldest creation in the world. We didn't have to believe in God because we knew God. And all you need to do as a person is become conscious of who you are. Connect to your ancestry, and they will bring you abundance. They will bring you ideas for you to become a billionaire. We are going to first start off with Africa. Everything that is here makes us billionaires. Let us start with that. And if we are all billionaires, it means that healthcare should be free. Everything should be free in Africa. We are going to give houses according to ages, right? Now, we know the youth, we want to buy houses for our fathers and mothers, right? So, in Pan-Africanism, one of the first things we will do in a united Africa is build houses. 50 years and above, we are giving everybody, every human being in Africa, a 5-bedroom house on a 4-acre property. Now, 1 acre will be a greenhouse for farming. We need to incorporate farming back into our systems. We need to sow what we eat so that nobody else can poison us. We need to learn how to farm. Farming is better than therapy. Go into creation, go into nature, and you will realize you don't need another human telling you who you are. All you need to know is yourself. And if you are conscious, you know you are here on a unique journey. There is a reason why we don't have the same fingerprint. If your way is my way, we would probably have the same fingerprint, the same iris, the same dental records. We are going to implement systems in Africa. I'm still mourning Professor Ama Ata Edus. I mourn people in my own way. I invoke their spirits and I sit with them in astral projection. Do you know you can astral project? Do you know African spirituality is the purest form of spirituality in the world? Don't let anybody lie to you that they kill people in African spirituality. Of course, some pastors kill pregnant women and they have a congregation in the name of Jesus with it. Those are the people. We don't do that. No. African spirituality, now that I have understood, I know who I am as the ordained crown prince of Ghana. I can connect with every ancestor, and that is the benefits and the perks that comes along with being the ordained crown prince of Ghana. So Mansa Musa's wealth, I have the keys. Osadefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's knowledge, it is still in the universe for black people. You can tap into that. I can tap into that. But because white people have told us ancestral worship is wrong, but would rather let us pray. I said the day you will see a white man die for a black man, that day you should believe whatever they tell you. Whatever they are telling you now. Why are you telling me that the God that I serve, the God I know, who knows the future and knows blah blah, will create humans only for us to suffer on earth? If you want to be in the Jesus program, be there, but be a Pan-Africanist first, because we are about to create systems that will help you and I. If the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana can travel and sleep anywhere in Ghana and be able to pay for it, I want everybody to have that life. We are going to increase our security in Africa. That is why we will build and we are reshaping the entire coastline of Africa. We are going to put subways so that we can travel across Africa. We are going to put airports, big, beautiful highways, beaches, ports, apartments, casinos. We are about to change Africa, and it is in you and I, our lifetime, that all this will happen. I can't do it alone as the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana. I need all 2.5 billion black people across the world. The LeBron James, the Kevin Harts, the Trevor Noahs, the Kylian Mbappes, the Marcus Rashfords, the Jadon Sanchos, to embrace the Africanness in them, connect with Africa, connect with me, the ordained Crown Prince, send me an email, let's start talking, man. Ordained Crown Prince of Ghana, Kevin Hart. Imagine an Africa. The whole United States can be fit into Africa. So Africa is way bigger than the United States. Africa, they can fit United States, they can fit Russia, and they can fit in terms of land size. Africa is the birthplace of life. And everybody will go and come back to the source. So it is about time black people develop this continent like never before. It is about time we start respecting ourselves. Marcus Garvey once said, a race that doesn't respect itself automatically forfeits the respect of other races. My name is Obonkume Nkuman and I'm Bediako-Poku. You can simply call me Nana Poku-Hitzfield, the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana. And I'm sending you love, I'm sending you power, I'm sending you abundance. Don't let them lie to you. All you need to do in this world is open your consciousness, open your third eye, start creating from within, start using affirmations, because you are on a unique journey on this earth. There won't be any person like you on earth. So why do you want to live a life of mediocrity and say yes, Amasa, to the same people that enslaved our forefathers, when we can unite as one people? All we need to do is embrace Pan-Africanism. And as somebody who has been given the document, the knowledge, the wisdom of Pan-Africanism, I am promising every Ghanaian, and I'm swearing to the gods of Nogokpo, that what our forefathers have in mind for us is bigger, better than what any other race will have for us. So for the first time, believe in a black man. Believe in the ordained Crown Prince of Ghana. Believe that for the first time, we should listen to our forefathers for infinite knowledge and wisdom, because we are the oldest race on earth. Imagine if you can astral project and have all the knowledge and wisdom of over 1 million people in your lineage. The white man didn't come and die for you and I to be saved. No, it is our forefathers. They had to be beaten. When they were beating them and telling them to have family plannings, they were giving birth more and more and more. Yes, because we know we are dominant. And all we need to do is use our gun, which is our penis. Have you seen a black penis before? Black people are well endowed. We have everything. There's a reason. Somebody once said the black penis is like the gun of a white man, because all we need to do is shoot. Pew, pew, pew. And we keep multiplying in numbers, right? It's been a pleasure having you on Uncensored Friday. Last week I paid homage to 30 black people who once lived. Go and check that video out last week. I'm tired, man. I haven't slept all night. And now you see, I'm still mourning Professor Akuffo-Addo. Thank you. So, Bishop Charles Agyin-Asare, Daddy, the truth that I will tell you is, you have helped white people. Our fathers have helped white people in colonizing us. But now we have decolonized our minds, gone back. That is why 400 years ago, our forefathers made symbols for us to always look at it and remember. That is why we have symbols like Sankofa, to tell the black man that always go back to your roots. Because when you find your roots, you find and you know who you are. Another person can't tell you who you are. It's been a pleasure having you. Is that Jessica on my live? Jessica, I've missed you. Hey! Jessica is one of the people I love a lot, man. She's one of my friends. Forever. Those friends. Okay, Mr. Concerned Citizen said, bro, you youth are busy watching nakedness of ladies on this app. Yes, I know. I know it. The median age of Africa is 19 years. We need to start agriculture, industrialization like never before. Now, I'm calling on my fathers. If you're Nigerian, send me an email on my TikTok. Send me a message. I want to connect with my fathers. I want to know that the way I'm feeling, is that how my fathers are also feeling? Akans have a proverb. Almost say prayeno. We ba akwa ena wutumi bumu. Na wukabo mu a wo beye ni den embu. Meaning, when the broom is single, that is when you can break it. When you I wish I had a broom here to show you, the white people to know. When you remove one broom, stick of broom, it is easy to break. But then when you combine it as a bunch, you will try and try and try, and you can never break it. It is about time the black man know who he is and respect the fellow black man. That is why in the southern part of Africa, when they greet in plural. When I meet you, I greet you as if you are not one person. Let's say when I meet an old man in the morning, I will say Yamamuachi o. Yamamuachi, knowing is one man. But we knew God to the extent that we knew that we are just an extension of life in different form. If now that we have cameras, let us start recording for the next African in 2099 or something. You will probably come back differently. If we had pictures of our forefathers, we would have seen somebody that will be like, this person looks like me. Was I the one? So you've always been here. You will always be here. Don't let them lie to you. Earth is just a 3D version of reality. As a cell, as a human, you have always been on earth, in the universe, somewhere. And you will always come back if you leave this earth, living to your fullest. My name is Bediako-Poku, the ordained crown prince of Ghana. It's true. We are spending our time watching women, white women sleeping. Send, like, and share, and favorite this video if you're a black man, so that you will show it to another black man. This is Uncensored Friday with the ordained crown prince of Ghana, Bediako-Poku. You can simply call me Poku-Hitzfield. What can I do but to tell my brothers what I hear, what I see, what needs to be told to the black race? Chichicha, I'm leaving you with grace, power, and abundance. See you on Monday. I think from Monday onwards, I'll try and be live every 9 a.m. because we'll talk about Manchester United a lot, man. We'll talk about Manchester United a lot. The season has ended, and I want to connect with Manchester United fans, man. But, you know, this is Uncensored Friday. Let me leave you with power, grace, and abundance. Chi-chi-cha. Bye-bye. Hey, pray for Ama Atedu soap, okay? Pray so that she gives you wisdom, okay? Pray when you are praying. Pray that God gives you the knowledge and wisdom of Professor Amata Edu. Since she has left, it is there in the universe. In quantum physics, you can tap into it. That is what we will teach our children. African spirituality. For them to connect to who they really are and help develop our continent. I can't wait for us to start building our own cars, our own aeroplanes. My name is Bediako-Poku, the ordained crown prince of Ghana. I'm leaving you with love, power, and abundance. And the African women, you are about to help us build an empire like it hasn't been built before. So black women, know that the time for your greatness is starting now. Today is 9th June 2023. If you are writing it, you write it 962023. 3 multiplying itself becomes 6, June. Then the multiples of 3 again becomes 9. 9th June 2023. Our year of power and abundance. This is numerology. I can see some keys here. So it's been a pleasure. My bread. Mami Jamu Mate. When I'm leaving you too, I don't want to leave you, man. I want to talk to the people of Africa and Ghana. I want to tell them what I've seen, what I know, so that they will believe in a black man for the first time. Right? Chichicha, living with power, grace, and abundance. Abundance.